The email comes in quietly. No alert sound, no urgency. Just a small line at the top of the screen. Your subscription has been renewed. He notices it while scrolling through something else, pauses, reads it again. $14.99. Not a big number. He doesn't cancel it. Not because he needs it, not because he even remembers using it recently, just because it's small enough to ignore. He locks the phone, sets it face down, and for a second there's this faint thought. How many things like this are there? It passes quickly, because tomorrow is a work day. There are emails to answer, meetings to sit through, deadlines that don't move. So the thought fades. But this is where something subtle begins. It doesn't feel like a mistake. It doesn't feel like a problem. It just feels normal. And that's exactly why most people never question it. His income is stable, not extraordinary, but solid, around $4,800 a month after taxes, enough to feel like things should be working. Rent takes $1,600, utilities, internet, phone, another $300. Car payment and insurance, $550. Groceries, about $400, sometimes more. There's also a student loan payment quietly sitting at $350. So far, everything feels reasonable, expected. Then come the smaller things. Streaming subscriptions, 2 or 3, maybe 4. Gym membership he uses sometimes. Food delivery on weekends, coffee during the week, occasional dinners out, birthdays, small trips. None of it looks excessive on its own. And at the end of the month, there's usually something left. $200, maybe $300, sometimes less. He tells himself that's savings, and in a way it is. But it doesn't grow much, because something always comes up. A repair, a gift, a slightly higher credit card balance than expected, so the number resets, and the cycle continues. This seems fine at first. After all, he's not struggling, bills are paid, life is functioning. But there's something quietly missing. Progress. Not visible day to day, but noticeable over time. And this is where it gets interesting, because the issue isn't income, it's not even spending. It's the level he's operating in without realizing it. Most people think financial freedom is one point, a finish line, but it isn't. It's a series of levels, and each level feels comfortable enough to stay in. The first level is survival. That's not where he is. The second level is stability. That's where things look fine, predictable, controlled. Bills are handled, income is steady, there's no immediate pressure. And this is where many people stop questioning things, because nothing feels broken. But stability has a hidden characteristic. It absorbs improvement. Any increase in income doesn't create freedom, it creates adjustment. A slightly better apartment, a newer car, more convenience, better experiences. And slowly, almost invisibly, expenses rise to meet income. Not dramatically, just enough to keep things balanced. And most people don't notice this part, because it feels like progress. But the real shift happens later, or rather, it doesn't happen at all for many, because they never leave this level. Let's take something small, that $14.99 subscription. On its own, it's nothing. But over a month, with a few others, it becomes $60. Over a year, that's $720. Still manageable. But now zoom out slightly. Add in the extra $150 spent on convenience, food delivery, small upgrades, things that save time but cost money. Now we're at $210 a month. That's $2,520 a year. And over 5 years, that's over $12,000. Not gone all at once, not noticed, just gradually absorbed into lifestyle. And now here's the part most people don't think about. That $12,000 isn't just money spent, it's time. Because to earn that, he traded hours, weeks, months of work. And this is where the levels start to separate. At the stability level, money flows in and out, but it doesn't stay long enough to change anything. There's no accumulation, no buffer, no shift in direction, just movement. And it feels productive, but it isn't building freedom. There's a reason this pattern is so common. It's not carelessness, it's design. Everything around him encourages this level. Work culture rewards earning, not keeping. Social expectations reward visible upgrades, not invisible stability. When friends meet, they don't talk about savings rates. They talk about trips, restaurants, experiences. And none of it is excessive, it's just normal. So he adjusts, not to impress anyone directly, but to stay aligned, to feel like he's doing things right. And over time, these small decisions form a pattern, a quiet agreement with life. I'll keep up as long as it feels manageable. But there's a hidden trade-off here. Every increase in comfort reduces sensitivity, meaning what once felt like a luxury now feels basic. And once something feels basic, it's hard to remove. So expenses become fixed, even when they started as optional. And this is the trap. Not overspending, but gradual normalization. Years pass. Nothing dramatic happens. That's the key. No crisis, no collapse, just continuation. Income rises slowly, expenses follow. Savings exist, but not in a way that changes decisions. If something unexpected happens, there's stress. Not because it's catastrophic, but because there's no real margin. And margin is what creates options. Without it, every decision depends on the next paycheck, even at higher income levels. That's the surprising part. You can earn more and still feel dependent, still feel like stopping isn't an option, still feel like time is controlled by income. And this is where the idea of financial freedom starts to shift, because it's not about having enough money, it's about having enough distance between income and necessity. Without that distance, there's no flexibility, no ability to pause, adjust, choose differently, just continuation. And most people don't realize they've stayed in the same level for years because nothing forced them out of it. There's another level beyond stability. It doesn't look dramatic from the outside. No sudden lifestyle change, no visible signals, but internally it's very different. At this level, the focus isn't income, it's margin. The gap between what comes in and what must go out. People operating here think in terms of time, not just money. They notice small recurring expenses, not because they're large, but because they repeat. They think in years, not months. And most importantly, they don't automatically convert higher income into higher lifestyle. That's the quiet shift. Not restriction, not deprivation, just separation. Income grows, but life doesn't immediately expand with it. So something else begins to grow instead. Space. And that space changes everything. Because now unexpected events don't create stress, they're absorbed. Decisions aren't rushed, they're considered. And slowly something new appears. Options. The ability to say no. The ability to step back. The ability to choose time over money, occasionally at first, then more often. But this level isn't reached through one big decision, it's built through many small ones. The kind that feel insignificant in the moment, like noticing a $14.99 subscription and actually questioning it. Later that night, he picks up his phone again. Same screen, same subscription. Nothing has changed. But the thought comes back. How many things like this are there? This time it lingers a little longer, not with urgency, not with guilt, just curiosity. Because maybe the question isn't about one subscription, or one expense, or even 1 month. Maybe it's about the level he's been operating in this whole time. A level that feels stable, but never really moves forward. And the realization isn't dramatic, it's quiet, almost easy to miss. Financial freedom isn't a finish line, it's a series of small shifts, and most people don't fail because they can't reach it. They fail because they stop at a level that feels good enough, without realizing there's another one just beyond it. This is not financial advice, just an observation. If this helps clarify something you hadn't noticed before, consider subscribing.